Are you a Green Bay Packers fan? If yes, you are in the right channel. Before watching the video, I ask you to please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Thank you. 3 Packers to blame for embarrassing loss to Lions in Week 4. The Detroit Lions humiliated the Green Bay Packers in front of a national audience on Thursday Night Football. Green Bay battled in the second half to make the scoreline more respectable, but there was no coming back from a 27-3 halftime deficit. The Lions are an excellent football team, the best the NFC North has to offer, but the Packers put in an embarrassing performance on both sides of the ball. Head coach Matt LaFleur has work to do in the 10 days between games. Performances like this can't happen again. Who deserves most of the blame for the Packers' Week 4 disaster? 3. Rich Bisaccia. Are we sure special teams coordinator Rich Bisaccia is as good as we thought? The Packers hired Bisaccia to turn the league's worst special teams unit into a strength. And they backed him by signing several players to become core special teamers. Yet, 4 weeks into the season, this unit is falling back into its old ways. Returner K'Shawn Nixon earned All-Pro honors last season, but he will bring the ball out of the end zone every time, regardless of how deep it is. That approach is consistently setting the Packers up in tough field position. Nixon returned 5 kicks on Thursday night. Each time, the Packers started behind the 25-yard line. The Packers are making far too many special teams mistakes. They were called for 2 holding penalties on kick returns. Quay Walker's unsportsmanlike conduct penalty turned a field goal into a touchdown for the Lions. And this comes 4 days after they gave up a punt return touchdown. Green Bay has added many talented special teams players to the roster, but Bisaccia's unit is underperforming. 2. Royce Newman. The Royce Newman experiment needs to end. The Packers have a mini-bye to fix some of their biggest areas of concern. Strengthening their depth at guard is a must. Either they trust Sean Rhyan to step in, or general manager Brian Gutekunst needs to add a free agent. Green Bay can't keep starting Newman at left guard as cover for Elgton Jenkins. Newman showed us in the preseason that he wasn't good enough to start in the NFL. And nothing has changed. After a poor performance against the New Orleans Saints 4 days earlier, Newman picked up where he left off against the Lions. Newman and Josh Myers gave up a sack in the first quarter on a double team. Later in the game, Jordan Love wasn't on the same page as Romeo Dew, leading to his second interception. Where was Newman on the play? Blocking air. It was like a Madden glitch. It looked like he was blocking someone, there were just no Lions defenders near him. The Packers lacked depth at guard, and they missed Pro Bowler Elgton Jenkins in a big way. The good news is they have time between games to consider their options. Newman can't start in Week 5. 1. Joe Barry. Here's a quote we often hear regarding Joe Barry's Packers defense: "Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results." Head coach Matt LaFleur said that almost word for word following Thursday's defeat. "We're going to have to do something different. It's insane to do the same things over and over again and expect different results," LaFleur said in his post-game press conference. The same things? That would fall on Barry, whose defense constantly invites the run with soft coverages, protecting against the big play. Tough, physical teams like the Lions will gladly accept that invitation all day long. We saw it in Week 2. Atlanta ran the ball 45 times and only threw when it had to. Green Bay allowed 211 yards and a touchdown on the ground. And it happened again in Week 4. Detroit ran 43 times for 211 yards and 3 touchdowns. The only time the Packers had any success was early in the third quarter when they had no choice but to play aggressively. It worked. Green Bay pulled the game back to 2 possessions, but then Barry reverted to the safe defenses that created the mess in the first place. As Peter Bukowski of The Leap pointed out, Barry had Lucas Van Ness drop into coverage with a safety 15 yards deep. The down and distance? Oh, only a 4th and 3 that the Lions converted with ease. The way to beat the Packers defense is to run all over them. As we see seemingly every week, Barry has no answer for it. Please the like on the video and subscribe to the channel. I update you with the news in the next video. Bye.